This is Math Minutes with Majon Minds, where we're reviewing skills you need to know for success in grade 12. Today's topic, long division. You might laugh when you see this because you think, wow, that's something we did in grade 4 and grade 5, but in actuality it's a concept that you need to know to be able to succeed in grade 12. So here we go. How many times does 6 go into, so this is 145 divided by 6. Let's just go 6 into 1. Well, 6 doesn't go into 1, so if you want, you could put a 0 there, or just don't write anything. 6 into 14, 6 goes in there 2 times, so we put a 2 above the 4, because it didn't go into the 1. And we multiply 2 times 6, which will give us 12, and we write down 12 right there. Then we subtract. 14 minus 12 is 2. Let's change color. 14 minus 12 is 2. This 5 comes straight down, and we have 25. Now, everything we just did, we do the process again. Does 6 go into 2? No. Does 6 go into 25? Yes. 6 goes into 25 4 times. So we put a 4 up there. And then we multiply. 4 times 6 gives us 24. And we subtract. So 25 minus 24 gives me 1. Now, in grade 4, grade 5, you would have written the answer as 24 remainder 1. However, what's going to be beneficial for us in this time is 24, and I like to just kind of go right around the circle like this. 24 and 1/6. So 24 and 1/6 is the answer. 145 divided by 6 is 24 and 1/6. Now, it can also be helpful for grade 12 to realize that actually the way we're going to write it is something like 24 plus 1/6, which looks a little silly, but it's exactly the same thing as this. 24 and 1/6 means 24 wholes and 1/6 of a whole. All right, let's consider this one now. Here we have 14 going into 215, or 215 divided by 14. So notice now we have 2 pieces over here. So 14 goes into 21 1 time. So since I'm going 21 as a whole, 14 into 21, I'm going to write the 1 up there. So I do 1 times 14, and then I subtract. So what does that give me? 21 minus 14 is going to give me 7, and the 5 comes down, so now I have 75. So now it's as if I'm back to the very beginning of the problem. I ask myself, how many times does 14 go into 75? And I don't actually know, so let's just do a little test. Let's do 14 times 5 and see if that, I'm just guessing here. 14 times 5 is going to be 20. So that's going to be 70. 14 times 5 is 70. That looks like that'll work. So I'll put a 5 right there. 5 times 14 gives me 70. I subtract. My difference between 75 and 70 is 5. So back to 4th and 5th grade, I could write 15 remainder 5, or I could write 15 and 5/14. And that's what we're going to need to be able to do in grade 12. If you found this video useful, go ahead and subscribe in the top left, and then head on over to majonminds.com to check out more videos and resources.